Hey Taurus, welcome to June. So Taurus, this is a beautiful month with your ruling planet Venus in your own sign. So it's going to be in your sign starting on June 6th and it will stay there until 4th of July. So really harmonious energy, especially in relationships, because that's what Venus is associated with. Venus is written as a symbol for women. So it really has to do with harmony and balance, feminine energy, but it rules all relationships. And also, when we think of Venus, we often think of money. So there's a lot there about value. Okay, so this is going to be a very valuable time to you, and it should feel like your true self. And whenever we get Venus together with the sun, whether that be your natal sun, what was in your birth chart when you were born, or whether that be the transiting sun, where the sun is presently, anytime we get Venus and the sun together, love often shows up. Or if you've been waiting for some kind of payment, those kind of things can show up now. Okay, so this is a really profitable, valuable time for you, and a time of harmony in your relationships. Now, you know you've been dealing with the planet Uranus in your sign. It's been there for a long while now, and it'll be there until April of 2026. So that's just something that I think have adjusted to over the past year. So Uranus is the oh wow planet. Anything can happen, but it also is a planet of great insight. So you may have some really great ideas and things can show up suddenly. This can also be love showing up suddenly because it's close to Venus. You may have old friends show up, and you may have some really brilliant, profitable ideas. Now, these are the only planets in Earth signs, okay? It's just Venus and Uranus until the 17th of the month when Mars, the planet of action, moves into the sign of Virgo, and it'll stay there until August 6th. So that's going to make a harmonious triangle for you. And so you're going to be able to get things done. Virgo's the great analyzer. So you will be able to analyze all the details and really put things into motion, but really well thought out and detailed out. Now, you have the square with Pluto, but that's going to be going on for so long that it's just something you're going to adapt to. So Pluto, the planet of transformation and change in the humanitarian forward-thinking sign of Aquarius, is making a square because you're a fixed sign Taurus, and so is Aquarius. So you make a 90-degree angle. So, the things that need to change are not going to be a guessing game for you. You're going to be able to see it, and you're going to need to roll with that change. Now, this month of June, and I talked about it in the month ahead, and I encourage you, if you haven't listened yet, to go back and listen to that. We have a really amazing thing going on in the month of June on the 24th and the 25th. It actually happens on the 25th, but it will affect us a little bit before and a little bit after. And that is Jupiter in the sign of Cancer. Okay, so keep in mind that you always make a sextile with the planet, or with the sign Cancer and with the sign Pisces. So the two signs before you and the two signs after you. And a sextile is a positive aspect in astrology. So this is a really great thing for you because just having Jupiter, the planet of luck and blessings, moving into the sign of Cancer where it does the best is a wonderful thing. Okay, but it's even better for you because of the positive aspect with it. So enjoy this time. Jupiter is often called the guardian angel, and it has themes of good fortune and sharing abundance and higher purpose and home matters being in the sign of Cancer. This is great. This is so good. You're going to love this. Okay. Now, you also remember the sun will move into Cancer on June 20th. So you'll have that sextile. And Mercury, the planet of communication, will move into Cancer on June 8th, that's a psychic placement. So our intuition is going to be stronger. We're going to feel, and we're going to know how to nurture ourselves and others. But really make sure that you mark your calendar for the 24th, 25th, when Jupiter is Cazimi. I guess that's how it's called. Kazimi. Cazimi. Jupiter and Cancer together at the same degree. So that's a big deal. And I heard some astrologers say that this is the best harmonious day most lucky day since 2002. And 2002 was 23 years ago. So this is pretty wild. Now, What else do we have going on for you? Well, we know the moon will be in your own sign of Taurus on Friday, June 20th from 9:53 p.m. until Sunday, June 22nd at 10:57 p.m. So often when the moon is in our sun sign or a rising or our own moon sign, we may feel more like ourself, okay? And then the moon will be close to Venus, which will be a lovely thing. I think June's energy is so much more nurturing and comforting than what we've been dealing with for like the past 9 months. So let's see what the cards have to say for you here this beautiful month of June. And I'm working with a few different decks here. Haven't looked at any of these cards yet. Just going to pull you a couple theme cards. And this is the Morgan Smith. I guess you're getting 2 from that one. And then my new absolutely favorite beautiful deck. Look at the back of that. And this is the Magical Hours Tarot. And let's get you one from there. And we'll give you a little oracle here from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. See what we've got going on. These are themes for you this month, Taurus, and your first card that comes out is the lovely Queen of Swords. Now remember, we're in Gemini season until the 20th of the month, and this is a Gemini queen. This is the queen of the mind. This is the queen of thought. She's also the queen of big business. She's not going to take anybody's garbage. She knows when to make the cuts. She knows when to speak up, and she's not afraid to. So here you are. Remember, these cards are non-gender. A queen receives, and she's surrounded by flowers, which feels very Taurus-like to me. When I think of flowers, I think of Venus or an expression of the sign Taurus. So you're really in your power there. But sometimes with the Queen of Swords, I often think of the Queen of Swords as like the part of my personality, like here's the middle, and like over here, when you have to step into that Queen of Swords energy, maybe you have to, say things you don't want to say. You don't want to hurt people's feelings, but if it's work and business, sometimes there's just things that aren't personal that you need to take care of. And that's the Queen of Swords energy. It's asking you to step into that. Now, card number 2 is the Knight of Cups. And it's nice to see the Knight of Cups because the Knight of Cups is like the romantic of the tarot deck. Knights quest after what they want. He's holding the cup of satisfaction. We talked about there being a lot of Venus and love energy in the air this month, and here it is showing up for you. Making good boundaries, not jumping into things too fast, protecting yourself, but also enjoying the satisfaction that the Knight of Cups is offering. The third card for you is the Queen of Swords again. And what a different version, right? Like, look at the difference here. Different artist rendition. I like that she's got eyes in her hands. And so that's a symbol for protection. The evil eye, right? Some people get freaked out about the evil eye, but the evil eye was intended to bounce back energy to, especially of jealousy and other people's envy. And so she's there and she's protecting herself back out. Check out that belt. That's a gorgeous belt. And there she is with her sword. So you definitely have some Queen of Swords energy going on this month. Just for fun, I'm going to pick one more card out of the little Everyday Witch tarot that I have here. And because I just want to see if the Queen of Swords comes out again. Let's give you one more. And let's see. Can we get the Queen of Swords? Let's see. Oh, it's a 2 of Pentacles. And so it's showing balance. Okay. And then that's interesting because it's like Queen of Swords is like big business, focus. And then the Knight of Cups is in the middle, offering you romance and love. And you're trying to find the balance there. So that's a beautiful thing. Let's see what your oracle card is. It says power, full moon. And another powerful woman. And so there is, let's see, we have the full moon in Sagittarius this month. And Sagittarius is about freedom and it's about spirituality and connecting bigger and connecting higher. So it looks like there's a lot of power for you this month. Please step into that. Now let's go week by week here. Push these guys to the back. Let's take these little minis, Everyday Witch, and let's pull one for each week of the month, okay? We have 5 weeks. We're going to go with 5 weeks this month. And let's see what you need to know. We're also going to roll some dice and do some charms. And please comment. I would love to hear from you. Let me know if you see anything that I didn't pick up. And it's just nice to know that there's others here listening. So let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, week 1, the first of the month, and you have the 3 of Cups here. So there's social energy, there's joyous energy. I think of these as like the cup of satisfaction. Looks like you're gathering with others. Looks like a beautiful thing there the first week of June. Now we go into the second week, the week of the 8th, and you've got the Lovers. So this is a card of choices. Even though it's about love, it is about choices. And we know you got Venus hanging out, and this is a beautiful thing. It looks like a lot of compatibility. So it looks like compatibility in friendship and in love. Isn't that wonderful? Now, this is the 15th of the month, the week ahead, and this is Father's Day. Sunday's the 15th is Father's Day, and you have the Fool card. So this is an Aquarius card, and I always feel like that's like Cape Cod out there, like the coast of Massachusetts. And the Fool, ready to take, looks like she's going to step off the cliff, but you know that the Fool's connected to their higher power, stepping into new territory. And so maybe you're taking some chances and showing up with the Fool card there. And the Fool is like a whole new storyline. It's interesting that it falls on Father's Day, and, maybe you're going to lay an old storyline to rest with your father and step into new territory. The 22nd week ahead, you have the 8 of Wands. And the 8 of Wands, I mean, I've traditionally heard it called like the honeymoon card. What a different version this is. Everything's kind of up in the air. There's a big tornado behind her, and things are like picking up speed for sure. Okay, might feel a little chaotic, but things are moving. We had a lot of themes of big business there, and so we see things picking up. The last week, starting on the 29th of the month, you have the 3 of Swords. And I just have a feeling that maybe by the end of the month, you might just be a little exhausted. And 3 of Swords looks like she's been writing in her journal. And so there's some expression there of emotions. So make sure that you get, that you schedule your downtime. Remember the Queen of Swords, she is the queen of expression. So she would be considered a writer. So as much as this might feel negative, this may be some really creative ideas. And maybe you are prompted to write, to journal, to get your feelings out, to write something beautiful. Okay. So pretty positive that as we get towards the end of the month, things get a little bit more intense, but it starts off really lovely. Let's roll some dice for you. And you got the Sun in Capricorn. Oh, I just knocked that over. Capricorn in the 3rd house. Okay. So the Sun is like visibility, being seen. It's how we show up in the world. I think of it as like expression of our heart. In the sign of Capricorn, Capricorn is about family and long-term success, and it's our reputation and our legacy. So there's intention on that. And then the 3rd house is Gemini's house of communication. It has themes of your local community. So, yeah, I kind of got vibes of like, I kept getting things about your father and things about Capricorn is the father of the zodiac. There may be some communication there. Maybe you're cleaning up some old karma with that person and moving into a new stage, but it could be a little bit emotional. And so just be prepared for that. So let's go ahead and let's move these dice up here. We'll get the bowl of charms out. Big punch bowl of charms here. And let's just have fun with this. And we'll throw these onto the calendar, just looking for anything that jumps out to you. What we've got here. I always love this part because I feel like I'm just going to like pick up charms around this room all week. Okay, so a lot of this landed in the center. And not a lot of letters. You got a Q over here, a 5 of diamonds, 2 N's over here. But let's see what we got. A lot on the 4th. The sun, a little framed, like it looks like a picture of Mother Mary, and a palm tree. Okay, so the 4th of June's got a lot of activity. It feels almost like feels vacation-y. Mother Mary makes me think of your mother. And so there's just energy there on the 4th. It feels pretty joyous. The 5th has a star, which is a nice thing. Let's see. As we go over to the 9th, we have a little cottage, I think it is, on the 9th. The 11th, you have a lot of energy. You got a notebook. Between the 11th and 12th, you have a notebook. You have like a symbol for the world, like a map, a butterfly, a wheelbarrow, and the letter Q. All right, Q10. So lots of energy, feels like outdoor nature-y. There's your notebook showing up that showed up at the Three of Swords. Maybe you're taking a little vacation. Maybe you're writing and expressing yourself. On the 14th, you have a microphone on Flag Day. So looks like you're speaking up loud and clear. And isn't that what Gemini season is all about anyways? Gemini's the communicator. Over here on the 15th, on top of the Fool card, you've got, what is that thing? Do I even know? No, I have no idea what that thing is. That was a fish at first. Okay, well, there's something odd going on there on the 15th, and on top of the Fool card, which is an Aquarius card, which is known for uniqueness. So just be yourself, just show up. You don't have to be understood by others the week of the 15th. On the 17th, you have like a little 10-pound weight and a horse. Okay, so it looks like maybe there's some fast moving energy there, and maybe putting down a burden. The 18th, you have a little dragonfly and this little like grid and a little pearl there on the 18th. On the 5th, you got the 5 of diamonds. And on the 20th, you've got all these like circles connected on the first day of summer and this like family crest. So there's a lot of energy, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. I hope you're on vacation. Even the 21st, you got another little grid like mandala maybe on the 21st. Okay, we've got 2 ends on the week of, well, one of the ends is on the 22nd of the month. And you've got like a, what is this, a trumpet on the 24th. That's the Pope. And a little magic hat there. 27th, you got a measuring tape. Over here on the 30th, you have a sewing machine and the letter N. So you might be fixing some things. It's kind of coming in next to this heartache. So you might be just kind of fixing, a little bit of wound there at the end of the month. We have a couple more musical instruments down here, various horns, like almost like you got a horn section going on. And you got a key, an old-fashioned key down there at the bottom. So I do kind of get vacation vibes. I mean, obviously it's summertime and there's some music vibes and there's a lot, it feels pretty good. Feels pretty good to me. Oh, I didn't realize there's a Z up at the top. Okay, can't really make any words, but a lot of energy about speaking up, moving ahead. I get a lot of vacation vibes. Just take care of yourself at the end of the month. All right, let's give you some power days. So I already told you about when the moon was in your sign, but let's go by the dice that you rolled. And so you got the sun, and the sun rules the sign Leo. And so let's see, when will the moon be in the sign of Leo? Well, we start the month of June with the moon in Leo. It goes in on the 30th of May, and then it's there that weekend of the 31st into the 1st. So all day on the 1st, you have Leo. And then towards the end of the month, let's see, does it go back into Leo? Yes, the moon goes back into Leo on Friday the 27th. You have a little measuring tape. At 2:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It stays there all weekend. Well, it stays there Saturday and it stays there Sunday until 7:44 a.m. So these are power times for you. You also get Capricorn energy because you rolled Capricorn. So the moon's in Capricorn starting on Wednesday the 11th at 9:55 p.m. So just after the full moon peaks, the moon will move into Capricorn on the 11th. That's where you had a lot of activity also. It'll stay there the 12th into the 13th, Friday the 13th, into the 14th until 7 a.m. These are power times for you, and you get a couple more dates of the moon in the sign of Gemini because we rolled the 3rd house, and that starts on Memorial Day at 1:21 p.m. And then it goes into Tuesday oh, that's May, so we're going to skip that. Let's see if it goes back into, let's go back into Gemini in June. Yes. The moon moves back into Gemini on the 22nd at 10:57 p.m. It stays there the 23rd and the 24th until 11:44 p.m. Have a fabulous month, Taurus. It looks pretty beautiful to me.